Okay. Well, hold on. Let's look at this. I'm on a working vacation, guys. Working vacation. I'm not enjoying myself at all. And won't for the next few days because I will be working this entire time. Not the entire time, but I will be working. Okay, but I wanted to answer some questions while my wife's getting ready. I need my 17-year-old needs to have a full autism evaluation. She will be doing virtual learning. I need to get this done so the school can help. Any suggestions? Now, I'm assuming that your child doesn't have an IEP, period. And so at that point, if you know that your child has issues, then at that point, yes. Technically, it's not your responsibility as a parent to initiate the request that your child be evaluated for an IEP or to be considered for a 504 plan. That is something that falls squarely upon the backs of the public school system. I mean, and we have programs that we're supposed to identify children called Child Find, but then also we have another process called the response to intervention process, to where, you know, those students that are struggling, that we're supposed to identify them within the system, because our educators are experts in this area, and you know, when they see a child not thriving, that's supposed to flip some switches and you know, set off some sirens. The red flags are supposed to go up, and Superman's supposed to come in and help our kids out. And that's just, you know, I can't tell you how many times that they fail in that responsibility. So many times the parent is the one that sits there and says, look, my child is struggling. My child is struggling in social emotional development. My child is struggling in language development. My child is struggling academically. And it could be a combination of all of those things, you know, and I'm asking the school for help. I don't know what to ask for, and they're not giving me any straight answer. In that regard, you have those two options. You can request that your child get evaluated for a 504 plan. 504 is strictly accommodations. It has nothing to do with your child's need for specialized instruction, meaning special education. It just means that your child has a disability and needs some equitable intervention to sort of level the playing field for opportunity. Okay, not outcome, opportunity. So equality in opportunity, not equality in outcome. So in that regard, that's what a 504 is for. It's not for specialized instruction. Now, for special education or for an IEP, that is what is revolves around special education or specialized instruction. And that is different than a 504. A child with an IEP enjoys the benefits and the protections of a 504 plan because they're both civil rights acts, you know, but I'm telling you that a child with an IEP automatically enjoys the benefits of 504. A child with a 504 does not enjoy the benefits and the enhanced protections of an IEP, okay? So keep that in mind. But regardless, you need to reach out to the special education director of your school system, whoever that is, and include in your email the principal of your school, and you need to write very clearly that you suspect that your child is in need of special education services, or in the least 504 accommodations, and that you are requesting that your child be evaluated immediately for one or both of those protective options. Okay? And you need to send that email off to, like I said, the special education director or the and include the principal in order to get that ball rolling. If you don't hear anything within, let's say, 10 days, then I would send another one and I would ratchet that up. If they continue to ignore it, man, that's big bad news. And quite frankly, it's probably a legal violation now in a violation of child find if your child does have a diagnosis, if your child does in fact need these services and your school system ignored it. Let's say they have your child stuck in a perpetual cycle of response to intervention or PST, problem solving team, or whatever other schools call it, or whatever other states call it, but it's response to intervention. Then, you know, and if they tell you once they do make contact with you, if they tell you that the school system is required to put your child through a 6 to 9 week response to intervention program, that is an absolute lie. If you as the parent initiate the request for an evaluation, then that bypasses that requirement for RTI, guys. You do not have to subject your child to those 6 to 9 weeks of response intervention services before they'll move forward on the evaluation process for an IEP or 504. Okay? That is a rule within the federal law. A parent who makes a request bypasses that requirement. If your child is preschool, if your child is also kindergarten, they automatically bypass those requirements for response intervention. Okay? But if they still don't respond to you, I mean, the only option that's going to be left to you is going to be requesting due process, requesting for mediation. That's going to, or filing a state complaint. But if you get to that point and they're ignoring you, then ask another question, reach out to me, let me know, and then I'll direct you on to that next step.